Hi everyone, and welcome to this quick tutorial that I'm going to do. I hope that you're all staying warm and safe in this winter storm and trying to stay in as much as you can. So today I'm going to do a quick tutorial on formatting your references list. I'm going to try and give you some tips that will help make this process easier, and so hopefully this is helpful for you. You'll see on the screen that I've opened a blank Word document, and that's where I'm going to start. So I'm going to just quickly click in, and I'm going to type a quick sentence, a sentence that my dad always used to say to me when I was practicing typing. So give me just a second. I don't know where he got this sentence, but anytime I wanted to type and I wanted him to turn out the lights or just have some practice, he'd turn out the lights and he would just repeat this sentence. And so I'm just going to pretend that this sentence is the last sentence in the paper that I was working on, and it's going to be time for me to go to the next page and start my references list. So instead of using the return key, like I'm doing right now, to make several returns until I get to the next page, I'm going to leave my cursor right at the end of my narrative, and I'm going to come to the top of the screen and click on Insert and click Page Break. When I click on Page Break, my cursor is going to jump down to the very first character space of the next blank page. And so this is where we're going to start our references list. So when I begin my references list, I just type the word references and I hit the return key. I'm not really going to worry about formatting right now. Okay? I'm going to switch screens and show you I'm within Google Scholar. I use Google Scholar often when I'm looking up sources to include in my writing. I also use the university libraries, but one of the things that I like about Google Scholar is that I don't need to go into a particular database. I can just type in some keywords in the search bar, as I've done here with Down syndrome. Type in the keywords, hit enter, and I can start browsing through articles from many different databases. So the source that I'm going to use as an example right now is this source, Down Syndrome Phenotypes. It doesn't have anything to do with the content, just basically the citation that I want to show you. So down here at the bottom of this entry, you'll see these quotation marks. The quotation marks, if you hover over it, it says Cite. So if you click on the quotation marks, a box will pop up that has citations in different formats: MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard, and Vancouver. In our discipline, we use APA, so if you'll hover over that citation and click once on the left hand, on the left part of your mouse, it will highlight the entire citation. You simply hit Control-C, and you've copied it. You go back to your page where your cursor is, you hit Control-V, and it pastes it. I'm still at this point not even going to worry about formatting the list yet. Okay? But what I do want to do is look closely, because although the citation tool is helpful and it's fairly accurate, it's not completely accurate. So you do want to look carefully over it. So in this particular citation, I noticed that the word "the" after the colon is not capitalized, and anytime there is a punctuation mark, you need to capitalize the first letter of the next word. So in article titles in APA, we do know that we do not capitalize the words other than the first word or any proper noun or any word that comes after a punctuation mark. So I capitalized that. I'm going to go in, I've already pasted some citations on another page on my other screen that I'm just going to pull in. And the one thing that you're going to want to do when you pull those in is to put them in alphabetical order. So my cursor is at the end of my last entry. I hit return, paste my whoops, look at there, I didn't put that in alphabetical order. Kornberg, Gerlach would come before, so I'm going to take it. Okay, I'm going to pull in another one. This one starts with B, taking out that blank space. Here's another one that starts with B, but B-R-O-N comes before B-R-O-O. So Brooks goes there. And here's one more. Starts with the letter M. And then finally, okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entries here. So let's take a look quickly at each of those. On this Bronfenbrenner entry, you will notice that after the question mark, there's a period, and there doesn't need to be. That's just a little glitch in the citation tool where whoever developed the application for this knew that at the end of every part of the citation there needs to be a period. But if there's another punctuation mark like a question mark, it doesn't need to be followed by that. So let's see, the rest of that one looks pretty good. I'm going to move down to Brooks Gun, and again at the end of this citation there is a period. Now this particular citation doesn't end completely right. As you can see, here's the name of the article title, but it just sort of stops there. And we know that that's not a complete citation. So you need to do a little bit more digging to figure out how to complete that citation. So what I did was come in to, you can come into Google Scholar. Let me go back to I highlighted it. Copy the title, come into Google Scholar, paste it, look for the source. I found it. I look for the citation. It's incomplete here, but if I actually click on the article and go to the actual article, I can find more information. Well, this one was pretty easy. Here at the very top, they've provided the entire citation with all of the information. So I can highlight it there, copy, go back to my document, replace the whole thing. It looks a little bit different, and I'm just going to separate that. It looks a little bit different, but for now I'm just going to leave it. Here is the actual name of the article, where it's located, and what publication it's in. So now it's correct, and for now I'm just going to leave it. So if I go to Gerlach, MJ 1997, The Effectiveness of Early Intervention, Paul H. Brooks Publishing Company. I don't actually need the mailing address, just the city and state. So I put that there. I also don't need the zip code. And I also don't need 2 paragraphs. So I just have to clean it up a little bit. So let me look. The next one was the one that we already edited. The next one, Meisels and Shonkoff, looks pretty good. I see it's the name of a textbook, so the title is actually italicized. Cambridge University Press is the publication company. And the last one, Ramey and Ramey, Early Intervention Experience, American Psychologist, the volume and issue number, and the page number. That one looks pretty good. So, my all of the entries have been added into my references list, and now it's time to format. So what you're going to do is click and drag and highlight the entire references list. The first thing you want to do is set the font to New Times Roman, set the font size to 12. So it's starting to look a little bit more like a references list. The next thing you want to do is come to the area that says paragraph. We're still in the home menu, come to Paragraph, click on the little arrow and open the dialog box. Under indentation, here where it says Special, if you click on the drop-down box and click on Hanging, and then come to the spacing, here I see something blank. I want 0 spacing. And for my line spacing, I want double spacing. So I've got hanging indent, no spacing before or after, double line spacing, click OK. And look. This is a little bit wrong too. Let's see if I can just go back in and try. Not sure what that little glitch is. I'm going to see if I can, whoops. There we go. Tab it over there. So the last thing that I want to do is highlight references, center. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time. I'm not going to start this video over. I'm going to click on references, center it, and bold the typeface. So now your references list is appropriately formatted. We've used the citation tool, but we've looked at each individual entry to be sure there aren't any little glitches that need to be fixed. Everything's in alphabetical order. We've used the hanging indents, double spaced. It's looking pretty good. So remembering the first thing we did was use the page break at the end of our text instead of the return key multiple times. So I hope this little tutorial was helpful. Please take after you've taken a look at it, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me and let me know if there's anything else that I can do to support you. Again, stay warm and safe, and I will be talking to you all again soon. Bye.